Hey everybody, it's Mr. Greg. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited to be here. I know that Abby is excited to be here. We're so
Hey
thankful that y'all
everyone.
are here. Hey Abby, how are you?
Hello. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome.
Well, we're glad that y'all are here. We're excited to get to chat with you tonight about math tubs and Elevate and life and all the things. So thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. As always, we're going to kick this live off with some giveaways because we know everybody loves some prizes. So tonight we are giving away a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. We are giving away a $25 gift card to the TKS store. We're giving away a groovy planner from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord.
Yay.
And we're giving away 2 notepads of your choice from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. It is super easy to enter the giveaways. All you have to do is hit the share button, invite your friends to join us, and join us in the comments. Let us know where you're from, how many days of school do you have left, what questions do you have about math tubs, and all the things. So the more you share and the more you comment, the more chances you have to win some of these great prizes. So Abby, how are you?
I am doing awesome. If you have been following me, then you're going to hear this multiple times, but it just has to be shared. I'm going to be a honey. What's a honey? A honey is a cool grandma. So I'm going to be a honey in less than a month. So my daughter-in-law is going in for an induction on June 14th. So it's coming up soon. So if you see me at Elevate Phoenix, by that time we will have our little boy that, well, now, my grandson. So say hello and I'll tell you and I'll share pictures. So that's what's happening.
Well, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. That's awesome. And everybody's doing well?
Everybody's doing
Good.
good. We finished school. Monday was our last day of school, and we're just wrapping up a remodel on our kitchen. So
Oh,
life is busy, but busy is good.
yeah, I know everyone. So today was our last day with kids. I have to finish up some stuff tomorrow with our teacher work day. And everybody's like, oh, summer, you can rest and relax. And I'm like, no, this is when I get the busiest is
Yes.
with, 3 elevates. We have a new Elevate on-site happening this summer, which is an Elevate for a school district. We're doing lots of conferences with Berto & Co. We've got a vacation planned. And, I'm doing some
And don't
speaking
forget,
engagements.
we have a book study as
We
well.
have a book study happening this summer. So, as always, as is a tradition with us. So, yeah, so it is going to be a fun and busy summer. Plus, Elevate Virtual, right?
Yes.
Elevate
Yes.
Virtual kicks off in 9 days. I can't believe that it's 9 days away. Elevate Virtual is ready to go. Jose has worked incredibly hard behind the scenes to get it all set up and it's ready to go. If you haven't yet registered for Elevate Virtual, now's the time to do it. Right now, you can use the code CHAOS and that will save you 25% off. Use the link in the comments and the descriptions and then enter the code CHAOS at checkout and you'll be able to register for Elevate Virtual for $75. That gets you more than 30 sessions, 4 keynotes, $10,000 in giveaways, $500 in free resources for your classroom, a certificate of attendance. You can also get college credits. You can watch on the new Elevate app. You can watch on your computer. We've got all the things that you need. And the great thing about Elevate Virtual is that it's all recorded,
Hmm.
which means when Elevate Virtual goes live on June 1st, you can watch all of the sessions, all of the keynotes, as much as you want, whenever, wherever you want, for 90 days from June 1st to August 31st. You can access all of the free downloads for those entire 90 days. You can fast forward, rewind. You can watch the sessions every day for 90 days if you would like. And so that's how Elevate works. That's the beauty of a virtual conference. It's all on demand, so you can watch it whenever, wherever you want. So join the 3 a.m. Margarita Club in your bathrobe and watch some Elevate sessions. So,
Or from a cabana on the beach. That's what
or
I
a
always say.
cabana. There you go, cabana on the beach.
I always, yes.
So get registered, click the links, use the code CHAOS to save 25%. It's going to be awesome. So, Abby, I know your session is about math tubs. And so I know it's funny as we're winding down the school year, we teachers like, woo, we're on summer break, we're on summer break. But we also know teacher brains don't stop.
That's right.
And we're
That's right.
already like in our minds, like I'm already running through like I've got a couple of ideas of how I want to change up my classroom next year. I've got a
Mhm.
couple of ideas I want to do for birthdays. I've got, a couple of things that I want to work on. And so our brains don't ever stop. And so I know as we head into summer, we're looking forward to that downtime, but we also know it's a great time to prepare, right?
Mhm.
To make some changes. So we are excited to hear about Math Tub. So give us a little sneak peek of your session and
So
um,
I'll never forget going from half day kindergarten. So when I very first started teaching kindergarten, it was half day. Our district had half day. And I always say, anybody remember those days? Because there are still some teachers around that taught half day once. And I'll never forget going from 2.5 hours in a half day kindergarten program to all of a sudden 6.5 to 7 hours full day. So when I was in a half day program, I had about 15, between 15 and 20 minutes to teach math. That's it. So it was literally tier one, whole group, everybody doing the same thing at the same time. That's all we had time for. Roll that ahead 2 or 3 years when we went into our full day program, and I was like, oh, wow, now I have 70 minutes for math, which is what everybody had in our district, So I said, wow, how do I fill 70 minutes? Their brain research shows, you can only keep their attention for whole group instruction for a certain amount of minutes. So what am I going to do? So I started trying out trial and error, just like all of us do, trying different things. And so I started, thinking, okay, how am I going to give them the opportunity to practice these skills that we have just learned? And at first, it was in big groups, and I always say two's company, three's a crowd, and four or more is a hot mess. Right? Anybody agree with that?
listen. My group this year, two is a hot mess. Like
Oh, okay,
we're
okay.
solo this year. This year we
So,
had to go solo in all of our centers.
and hey, I always say, do what's best for you and your students.
Right.
Always, I can give my suggestions and I can give what has worked for me, but always do what's best for you and your students. So I don't have all the gospel. I don't have everything set in stone that this is. Always do what works best for you and your students. But when I was first trying out math tubs, I just found that to be so true. Two's company, three's a crowd, and four or more was a hot mess. So in the beginning, I had these groups of 5 or 6 students that I was rotating, and they would get off task very easily. They'd get off task. I would have behavior issues. I would have Miss Peterson, and some of that is par for the course with kindergarten, but I wanted it to be more intentional and purposeful. And so I started tweaking what I had been working, what was working in literacy stations was working. So I thought, how can I transfer this to math tubs? So the very first thing is thinking about what are those hands-on engaging ideas that you're going to bring to the math tubs. And then I always want them, I used to say, keep your body and your brains busy the whole time. So I would say, what do we say? Keep our bodies and brains busy the whole time. So I want them to stay active. And whenever you give students a choice, anytime you're working with kids, whether it's your own kids or in my case, my new grandkids as he gets older, but there's something psychological about offering them choice because suddenly they feel empowered. So if I say to a little learner, and I say you have to do this, you're going to have those that are going to do it, and then you're going to have those that say I'm not doing it, or they may not say it but they don't want to. But if I say, well, you could do this or you could do this, suddenly they feel they have the power. What they don't realize is I ultimately have made the decision. I've just given them a little bit of power to where they feel like, oh, I have choice in this. So when it comes to math tubs, I like to use the IKEA Trofast, the 9 bins. I know you have your bins that you like. And again, do what works best for you. You might have a space issue. So I say go vertical, go up, make it so that you have, what the storage that works for you. But the math tubs, within each math tub, 2 students would go. And I always planned in the back of my mind that I did not want to choose something that was reliant on a partner. That's a mistake I think that often teachers make, because what if they get a bloody nose, or what if they're absent, or what if they get called in from the nurse to go have their hearing tested, or something happens, or you have to pull them for small group. I want whatever's to be in the math tubs to be something that could be a partner activity, but also could be done independently. So
Yeah.
those are some tips that I share in within math tubs for little learners, that I think are beneficial for anybody. I just saw somebody in the comments that said that they're moving from fourth to third grade and they're going to have math tubs. So hooray!
Right.
You can use them in any grade. It's just, again, intent. The thought process behind it is that I'm intentional and I want whatever they're working on to be meaningful. And
Right.
so,
And I love that, because we see, I think, so many times people are like, oh, my kids can't do centers, or centers are a mess in my classroom. And I always ask, do they have choice, or is it being dictated to them? Like, you have to do this, and then you have to do this, and then you have to do this. And so that choice, while I know it can be scary to give up a little bit of that control, the more we can give up some of that control, the more we see better results, because we empower our students. When
absolutely.
we empower them, we get that buy-in. With that buy-in, we're going to have less disruptions, less behavior problems. And so giving them those choices is so, so important. And so whether, I've seen people commenting that they use the wheel like we do, and, the tubs, and whether you're giving them choices, whether it's a wheel, a tub, or whatever, as much as we can, we need to give them choice so that they have control over their learning. Now, obviously, we have the ultimate control, right?
Absolutely.
Because I'm deciding what's in those tubs.
What is
I'm
actually
deciding what's
going
in the
in there. That's
groups, right? Like, so I have the ultimate control, but they still, no matter what, they still have choice in what they're doing and the stuff that they're using. And so,
yes,
I love to watch my kids go through the tubs. Like, you see them kind of digging through, and then they're like, "Ooh, I want to do that one." And so I love seeing them find things that excite them.
Yes. And I always share too that during that virtual session, I share, here's some ideas of things that I've purchased. I'm speaking things that you buy at a teacher store, right? So the games that I've purchased. But then here are some things that maybe I've created myself, and then here's some free ideas. So I give that idea. I give all three ideas, because there are teachers who are like, nope, I have purchased a bunch of games from Lakeshore. Tell me how I can use them. Or, I don't have any money, which a lot of teachers are in that situation as well. And so what can I do with sentence strips and plastic bears that I found in the classroom? So I give a lot of ideas on utilizing what you currently have, because I think one of the most challenging things for teachers is when we say, look at this amazing $50 game that I purchased, and then teachers feel like, well, I don't have $50,
Right.
And are my kids missing out? No,
Right.
They're not. You can do a lot with sentence strips. You can do a lot with dice.
Index cards. And stickers. I think we talked about this a couple of years ago. I remember you sending me a picture of this index card math game you had.
Yes.
And you were like, I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, put it in your center. I'm like, your kids will love it. Because you were like, I made this so long ago. And I'm like,
it was a
yes.
I think it was like I made it in teacher college.
Yes.
And it was index cards that had, like, some had numerals on them, some had the stickers on them. And I was like, should I throw these away? These are like from 20 years ago. We were like, no, put them in the
No, and kids love that stuff. They love the Lakeshore games. They love the centers that we create, but they also love that kind of stuff. This year, my kids have loved, and we've used these for years, and my kids have always liked them. But this year's group really got into the plates. So I'm a big fan of, like, the thematic paper plates that you can find everywhere, especially Dollar Tree. You just write a number on there and you give them manipulatives, and you've got a counting.
That's right.
Center. And my kids my kids are obsessed with them. Like at the end of the last couple of weeks, I had like 4 or 5 different ones out, and the kids went for them like crazy. And so, those are, I think they usually come 8 to 10 in a pack at the Dollar Tree. So you're looking at, $2 or $3. And then thinking about manipulatives, like I found, always check the birthday section, the birthday aisle at Dollar Tree, because I found these really cool foil seashell plates, wrote the numbers on there. And then we had a bunch of seashells laying around the house. So I threw out a bunch of seashells, and boom, they had a.
And one of the things that I always like to share when you're dealing with elementary primary students, your pre-K through 2, is I always share with teachers that novelty is a key word, because you could be doing the same task and working on the same skill, but change the manipulatives, and suddenly it's a whole new game. It's not, but in their mind it is. So I always say, at a writing station, if you switch out the paper, so instead of leaves, it's now pumpkins, or you switch out the pencils, you switch out, I mean, the stickers, if just by switching out manipulatives, it becomes a whole new activity. And suddenly they're like, oh, I want to use that. I want to do that. Can I do that? So sometimes it does feel like, especially in kindergarten, that we do change a lot of our manipulatives, and we're constantly, changing things out. And again, if you are that teacher, which I am, more power to you. If you are that teacher that's like, I cannot handle that, then by all means, do what works best for you.
Right. Absolutely.
But novelty is the key. Novelty is one of the keys. So I'll just share, when students first come back in August or September, whenever you come back to school, some ideas for math tubs are exactly what you just said, Greg, is get paper plates. And at the beginning, if you're only working on numbers 1 through 5 or 1 through 10, then only put those plates out. Only put those plates out. You could have them ordering those numbers with the plates. You could have them matching manipulatives to the numeral. You can have roll and write. So where they roll the dice and they count and then they trace that number. Those are all really simple activities. And if you're like, okay, well, I don't have a roll or write paper. Hello, dry erase board.
Yep.
Dry erase board and a dry erase marker. So those are all really simple activities. One of my favorites is the counting jar. And I always get people that say, where did you get these jars? There's nothing special about these jars. You can use anything. You could use Ziploc bags if you wanted to. But I just happened to get these flip top plastic jars from Dollar Tree. Now, I've had them for years, so I doubt if they're there, but find what works for you. But they're flip top jars. And they're small enough that I could put manipulatives in them. And then this is trial and error, learned from a veteran teacher. The very first time I did this, I put numbers on the top. Well, what do you think happened?
They just copied the numbers. Yeah.
They thought that was how many was in there. So I was like, oops. So I took nail polish remover and took the Sharpie off, and I decided to use shapes. So I did like a triangle and a square and a circle and a heart. And then they had a little recording sheet. And so they would draw the shape, and they would open it up and count out, and they could write the numeral. And then I added an extension so they could also draw the picture if they wanted to, but they didn't have to. They could also do little dots to represent it. But again, just something as simple as that, the students were engaged. You can change the amounts. So once you start working on those difficult teen numbers, right, then it's like a whole new game, a whole new activity.
Well, listen, if you all are loving these ideas, I'm watching the comments, and like, how many great ideas have we already gotten from Abby? Imagine what you're going to get from her session at Elevate Virtual. So click the link in the comments in the description. Use the code CHAOS to get registered to save yourself 25%. That'll give you a ticket price of $75 for Elevate Virtual. You'll get more than 30 sessions, 4 keynotes, $500 in downloads, $10,000 in giveaways, a certificate. You can get college credits, all the things. So click the link and get registered so you don't miss out on Abby's session about math tubs, because it's going to be packed full of ideas and resources for you. And I want to remind everybody that we have 4 giveaways happening tonight. We are giving away a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. We are giving away a $25 gift card to the TKS store. We're giving away 2 notepads of your choice from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. And we're giving away a Groovy planner from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. So we'll give those prizes away here in about 10 minutes. So if you want to win some prizes, all you have to do is hit the share button, invite your friends to join, and get in the comments. The more you share and the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. And Alicia says, I'm really considering registering. Alicia,
Do it.
just do it.
Alicia, do it. It's well worth it. And I can tell you that I was so excited when I found out that you now can get college credits through Colorado State University. So as somebody who is a licensed teacher, who is also, I have a few months left to renew my license. I need a few extra credits. So when I saw that, I was like, this is wonderful, because it's a great opportunity for you to get professional development that's actually meaningful. We talk about being meaningful and purposeful for our students, but what about for us?
Yep.
I always love and enjoy professional development that I can actually use. There's so many times. One time I went to go renew my license, and it was like, I have been one of those that have waited till the last minute. And then I'm like searching for classes to take. And I have taken some really not so fun classes that really was like underwater basket weaving.
Yes.
That didn't mean anything at all, and so was not applicable, but I needed the credits. So jump on board with Elevate. Like Greg said, I think Elevate Virtual is an amazing conference, because as somebody who's a busy mom during the summer and you're going places and doing things, I have 2 trips that I'm taking to San Diego within the next month. And when we're driving there, that's a great time for me to get on as my husband's driving, and I can watch sessions. And so watch them when you're traveling, watch them when you're on the airplane, watch them when you're in the cabana, watch them in the middle of the night when you're having your popcorn and Diet Coke party. And the nice thing about it too is you can revisit those sessions,
Right.
which is also a great thing. And I just have to add, okay, so I am a huge, huge lover of the Berto and Company to-do planner. Can you please show it, Greg? Because I was sharing with him, yes, the Work It planner. I am that crazy teacher that still likes to write things. And I was showing Greg before, like, I literally have a paper planner, and I was telling him I have this Berto and Co. Planner as well, but it doesn't start till July, so I can't really write in it. So right now I'm stuck using my paper calendar. But those are 2 things that I absolutely love. If you are somebody who likes a to-do list and likes to write it out, I like that at the end of the week, I just rip it off, throw it away, and I start my new week. So I am so excited when I saw those were back in stock. I literally was like so excited, because I absolutely love it. So,
well, listen, a question popped up, and I have an answer, I think, but I want to hear your answer too. So somebody wants to know they want to know our favorite Math Tubs tip. So what is your favorite tip for Math Tubs?
Oh, well, I feel like I kind of already shared. For me, it's giving them choice.
Okay.
It's providing options for them. So I always had 2 to 4 different options within them for students to purposefully practice something. Another tip is I never put something in that we had not already been taught whole group. So I would never put in something that they hadn't been exposed to already. Right. So those are just some of the tips I have. I don't know, maybe share your tip and maybe it will spurn something in my brain. I don't know.
So mine basically is just like you with everything we do in our classroom. If we want our kids to be successful, we have to teach them everything. So with our TKS centers, we have 6 different types of activities. So we spend the first 9 weeks of school learning how to do centers. And a big part of that is learning how to use the different types of activities, the puzzles, the spinners, the matching games, the writing games. So there are basically 6 types of activities. So that's what we focus on. So focus on the routines, the procedures, the expectations, so that your centers will flow smoothly throughout the year. Because if you don't invest that time in the routines and the procedures and expectations at the beginning, you're going to have issues throughout the year, and they won't be successful. You won't be able to pull your groups. And so that's my biggest tip is invest the time up front to solidify your routines and procedures for your math tubs so that they can be successful all year and that they run smoothly.
And Valerie, I will just add this as well. This can be controversial. FYI, this is about to be controversial, but I do not believe everything has to have a recording sheet. I do not believe that everything has to be turned in. That's just my personal opinion a lot. And in my role that I'm in now as an instructional coach, we talk so heavily to especially kindergarten teachers, especially that we are doing a lot of formative assessing. We're doing a lot of observation. Not everything needs a paper and pencil product turned in because sometimes they just need the practice.
Right.
And so a lot of the feedback I get sometimes is, well, how do you know? Well, I can see it with my eyes.
Right.
I can tell if they are actively working and engaged or if they're not. It doesn't really take three PhDs to determine if they're actively engaged.
Yeah,
So
and my kids don't turn in any center work. Like centers are not graded. It's not assessment. It's just practice. And so I'm constantly monitoring and watching them, and they show me their work, but I ain't collecting that stuff because listen, I can barely keep up with the papers as it is. If they turned in those center recording sheets, like I would just be buried under a mound of papers, and it's not worth it because it's just practice. And so it's like you said, we see it, we can hear them, we can see them, we know what's going on.
And sometimes when they have a partner, sometimes there's a little bit of accountability when they have a partner, because sometimes I've heard them say, you're not doing that right, and of course you have the bossy Bessies and things like that. But most of the time, there's just a little bit of accountability when there is a partner. And if you have them strategically, partnered up. But I definitely feel like that's something that can be misconstrued, is that everything needs to be turned in, or we need to have something, an actual paper turned in. We don't. That's a lot of practice in kindergarten. I would always say practice makes progress. We're just working towards progress, not perfection, progress.
And that's the thing
different. And that looks different with every student as well.
Right. And it's that progress is the key, that even if it's just a little bit of progress. And I had this moment this year. I had a student, he was put in my class in October, and he was my if you follow us on social media a lot, you've heard me this year refer to my spicy friend. This is my spicy friend. Everybody is dying to know who he is, and they're trying to figure him out. When we did our end of the year benchmarks, he grew by literally, he went from 0 on the benchmark to 8.
That's growth.
Huge growth for him.
Yes.
Huge growth for him, because he literally came into my room not talking. He just talked gibberish. And so for him to go 8 points, and like last week, he finally wrote his name, and he's been speaking in understandable words and phrases and some sentences. And so that progress is huge. And so don't get caught up in the perfection, especially when we're thinking about centers. The thing is about centers and math tubs is we cannot monitor 100% of the kids 100% of the time. And Absolutely. So that's why the practice beforehand is important. Establishing those rules and procedures is important. And then giving them the opportunity to practice, knowing that 95% of the time they're going to do it, and they're going to do what they're supposed to do, and it's going to be great. And being okay with the fact that 5% of the time, or in my case this year, 85% of the time, my kids were wild and things didn't work out as we wanted them to. So I think progress is so important.
And I think we have to remind ourselves that children are just miniature adults, and we as adults don't do everything 100% of the time. And sometimes our expectations for them sometimes can be unrealistic. Not always, but can be. And I think that that's one of them. Is not everybody's on the same, has the same ability levels. Not everybody has the same language levels. And so we meet students where they're at, and we embrace the progress that they make, but giving them those opportunities. And we didn't even get into the whole hands-on, but
Right.
if you could kind of read between the lines, both Greg and I are big believers in hands-on, having those manipulatives, being able to actually, another thing that I have really seen this year is just, we have got to really increase our students' communication, right? Giving them opportunities to talk. I have seen so much struggle with discourse this year because we're doing all the talking and we're not allowing for the students to talk. And so we need to teach them how to turn and talk. Like how to, so when I ask a question, you turn and you talk. And our code is actually chaos.
So they just told me Abigail.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
chaos, Abigail.
try all the codes, everybody. Try all the codes.
Yes.
Well, listen, as we're getting close to the end, so I want to go ahead and give everybody one more chance to enter tonight's giveaway. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is hit the share button and join us in the comments. The more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. Tonight's prizes are a free ticket to Elevate Virtual, a groovy planner from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord, a $25 gift card to TKS store, and 2 notepads of your choice from Berto & Co. We know Abby would totally pick the Work It notepad if she's the winner. So if you want to win those prizes, hit that share button, invite your friends to join us, and watch this replay as it comes on later, and then join us in the comments. The more you comment, the more you share, the more chances you have to win. I'll give you about 2 or 3 more minutes to hit the share button and join us in the comments as I remind you to register for Elevate Virtual, because Elevate Virtual kicks off in 9 days on June 1st. All of the Elevate Virtual sessions are recorded, which means you have access to them for 90 days beginning on June 1st. You get access to more than 30 PD sessions, 4 keynotes. You're going to get $500 worth of resources to download for your classroom, over $10,000 in giveaways. We have a app so you can now access the conference on your phone or on your laptop or your computer, your browser as well. You can get college credits. So we have everything you need. Elevate Virtual is the virtual event of the summer. You don't want to miss it. And think about how much we've learned tonight from Abby about math tubs just in this 30-minute Facebook Live. Imagine what you're going to get from her session at Elevate Virtual. And so
other sessions too.
Right. All of the sessions are packed full of ideas from real teachers in the classroom. All of our presenters and speakers are active in classrooms and schools. So everything that you are going to see at Elevate is coming out of classrooms. It is classroom proven, classroom tested, kid tested, research based, and it's easy. It's simple and it's easy. So anybody can do the things you learn at Elevate Virtual. So click the links, get registered, use the code Abigail to get registered for your, to save 25% off of your ticket.
Yes. And don't forget, we have, if you're anywhere in the western area of the United States, I'm going to be presenting at Elevate Phoenix, and we know there's Elevate Dallas as well as Elevate Nashville, and those are almost sold out. So you want to get your ticket if you are not already registered. So I'm super excited. I'm super excited to meet you guys in person, those of you that are coming. And the other thing I was going to share was that Elevate Virtual, you have the opportunity to go and actually see the research. All the research is cited. And I know being in the role that I'm in this year and working with a lot of our area superintendents and admin, that is very important. A lot of times they want to see the research on things. So you can actually say, look, I went to this session. Here is the research to show exactly why this works and why I should be implementing this in the classroom. So don't forget that component. It's super important. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah. And listen, if you want to come to Elevate Dallas is sold out, but if you want to come to Elevate Nashville or Elevate Phoenix in person, we have less than 100 tickets left for both of those. So get those tickets before they sell out, because they will sell out very, very soon. Get registered for Elevate Virtual. Click the links in the comments and the description. Use the code Abigail to save 25% off. That will get you Elevate Virtual for only $75. And listen, $75, even if you don't watch a single session, you still get $500 in things to download. So like, we're basically paying you to come to Elevate. So there's no reason not to register. So get registered, and we will see you both in person and virtually. We cannot wait. It's going to be a great summer of learning and inspiration and fun. So join us at Elevate Virtual. Get registered. Can't wait. And now let's give away some prizes. So the first prize we have is a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. If you are the winner of the Elevate Virtual ticket, you need to send an email to crystal@elevateyourclassroom.com. Yay! And our winner is Lauren Rips. Congratulations, Lauren. You've won a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. Lauren, you need to send an email to crystal@elevateyourclassroom.com. Congratulations, Lauren. Next up, we have a groovy planner from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. Make sure to visit bertoandco.com for all of your planner, notepad, sticker needs. We've got other goodies on there as well. If you are the winner of the planner, send us an email to kindersmorgy@gmail.com. Congratulations, Marie Hook. Congratulations, Marie. You've won the groovy planner from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. Marie, send an email to kindersmorgy@gmail.com, and we will take care of your planner. Next up, we have 2 notepads of your choice from Berto & Co. by the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. And the winner of 2 notepads is Tessa Hayes. Congratulations, Tessa. You also need to send an email to kindersmorgy@gmail.com, and we will take care of your notepads. And finally, we have a $25 gift card to the TKS store. And this winner will also send an email to kindersmorgy@gmail.com. Congratulations, Heather Milam. You've won a $25 gift card to TKS store. So Heather, send an email to kindersmorgy@gmail.com, and we will get you your gift card. Congratulations to all of our winners. Abby, thanks for hanging out with us tonight and sharing so much great information about Math Tubs.
Yes, it was so much fun. Thank you for having me. I hope everyone joins us at Elevate Virtual or Elevate Nashville or Elevate Phoenix.
Yes, we cannot wait to see everybody. And everyone else, thank you so much for spending time with us, especially this late at night. We really appreciate you hanging out with us, and we appreciate you for all that you do as a teacher and as a person. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. For those of you who are still in the classroom, hang in there. You're going to get there. For those of you who are on summer break, enjoy. Get registered. Click the links in the comments and the description. Use the code Abigail to save 25% off, and join us at Elevate Virtual this summer. Don't miss out. We can't wait to see you all. Thank you all so much. We will see you all very soon. Good night, everybody.